Grand Rising, beloved Vibrillionaire mirrors of the one breath, the one pulse, the one vibratory field I am. Welcome to another Vibrillionaire Richness frequency forecast. And we're sharing about the Schumann Resonance because we've been getting so many questions, so many inquiries over what is the Schumann Resonance in Spanish and in English. So we're going to do this in English and in Spanish. And there are many ways and perspectives to view reality. The more that you let go of the perceptual weight to carry, the more the one is realized in everything. So you can see this as a scale that is measuring the electromagnetic field of different mechanisms that are radars that pick up signals, which is like a brain scan of the collective. So it's basically picking up the collective consciousness through thoughts, through emotions, and through memory and experiences. So in short, is it picks up the collective energy and it transmits a reading based on the collective frequency. And from this collective frequency, which we are told that the solar flares of the sun affect this scale. And although that's true, remember the maxim, as above, so below, as above, as within, so without, as within, micro, macro. As you see the universe in the deepest part of yourself, you will recognize the universe all around you. And the universe leaves clues. God leaves breadcrumbs. So the more that we let go and we allow the intelligence to direct the witnessing, the more we will see truth beyond what we can ever even imagine. So we would love to give a metaphor on why this is the way we're approaching this, because you can approach this like when you go to a sports game, entertainment, that you're on the bench. You're witnessing the show, right? So you're witnessing the show, so you're not in the show, but it feels like you're a part of it because you're a fan of a certain team, a certain person, the stats, the averages, all of that. But it doesn't come close to being in the game as a physical example, okay? And being the spectator of the game, whether you're watching it on a black mirror on a screen, or you're in the bench in person watching it, it's no different. Yes, there's a difference because you're there in person, so you can smell, you can sense, you can experience what someone on a screen does not have the capacity to experience. And that's a whole nother conversation, because unless you feel into that, you can experience more than you can imagine. Because the human mind doesn't know what's imagined or physiologically experienced, logically experienced. So that's one example. The second example is like when you're coaching. Maybe you play the game and now you're coaching. So now you're coaching the players and all of this, and that feels good to contribute, but it's nowhere near being in the game. And although you have that experience because you're like, I've played this game before, I know what those things feel like, I know what that takes, etc. You have a deeper, intimate connection to that connection, but it's still not like playing the game. And then you have the third, which is being in the actual field, playing the game itself. So when you're playing the game, you're in the game, you're sweating, you're playing the game of duality, right? And you're in the game. But then there's a fourth, that you're the player, you're the coach, the what do you call it? The technical coach, the athletic coach, the all these different coaches, right? And now you become the field. You realize you're the players, you're the coaches, you're the spectators, you're everything. So these are the different layers that we can conversate on. So in the first realm is, as a spectator, these are solar flares coming at us, hitting the planet, according to what we're told, because remember, what we're told is real because we accept the perspective and collectively we adopt the truth of it and then we experience it. So then the second one is the coaches. So we can tell you the stats and all of this about it. We can talk about the depth of this. I can give you detailed information. I can even break down all these different scales that are different frequencies and different spectrums of dimensions of consciousness. Now that's the third. The players. I could tell you what it feels like to be in the middle of that, getting hit and bombarded, maybe depressed, maybe full of anxiety, maybe full of pain and pressure, maybe situations at work, situations in the family. All of this is affecting every single aspect of creation because we chose to collectively experience the human experience. But then there's another fourth one. And this is what is not really being revealed, that this is why we're sharing this. And this is why we're coming back, because we don't want the mind to get so caught up or trapped into believing this is one-dimensional. These are solar flares, these are, the emotions that are affecting this and that or whatever. Those are true. But there's a fourth scale. And from them we can't even speak. The fourth scale is that you see the white here? Where is it? How do we do this? You see the white here? The white here? The flashes? Those are not being bombarded on the planet. These are projections from the self, the soul, the child of God, the child of the universe, that is like taking off the veils, taking off the masks, exposing humanity to their nakedness, to their rawness. And those that do the work, which we are demystifying shadow work, because it's not like we've been told. It just feeds the mind more things to do, and it gets stars and points because it thinks it does something, but it never truly connects to the here and now. Because if you look at the ancestors, they never talked about all these other things so much as being present in the present moment. Because that's when you align with so much clarity, so much groundedness, and so much presence, that's where intelligence, intuition, insight, creativity, conductivity, amplitude, magnification, magnetism, electromagnetism, because you're embracing all of it, and that's becoming the field. So for those that are wanting to play at certain levels, let us know where you want to play. We'll meet you wherever you're playing, and the goal is to realize you are the entire field. You are the entire experience. So this right here is an unveiling of what's already here and now. This is what's accessible and available and open and welcoming all the time. Collectively, this is a collective unraveling. And these streams are coming in strong for the human mind that thinks that something is outside of it. But for the heart and the soul that recognize that this is an appointment, this is an agreement, this is an anointing, that we are already the chosen ones, we are already the anointed ones, not as a person. Your person cannot hold this field as channels, as instruments, as vessels, as hollow instruments that are not distorted by the mind's narrative, dialogue, stories and constructs and perspectives of the most highest perspectives and of the most lowest perspectives, meaning the most highest, the most angelic, and the most lowest perspectives, the most destructive perspectives. These are just like little playgrounds that we get to play in the human experience, but the one that is unwavering, the one that never, ever takes a day off, the one that is never absent, the one that is never not there, is the real you, beloved. This is why we offer support. This is not something wrong with you. Like if you're going through pain, if you're going through suffering, if you're going through resistance and challenges, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just you bought into the mind story that this is the gift that the mind is being like instantly like just shaken and stirred and like vibrated. Just like a tuning fork, it vibrates. And if you put a tuning fork on someone who has some distortion, it will bring those things up. This is nothing mystical. This is really practical and this is normal. Our ancestors knew this. They knew about vibration. They knew about conductivity. They knew about being the channels. So, beloved, there's nothing wrong with you. And if you're doing the work, because you're not doing the work, you're surrendering to the truth of what already is established here and now. And when you honor that establishment, that agreement, that appointing, that appointment, that anointing, the chosen one frequency, the Vibrillionaire richness of presence frequency, the golden age, the kingdom of heaven, the gospel, the paradise, the Garden of Eden, the 5D, it's all words for the same thing. Beloved, you don't have to carry this alone. You're supported by community, whether that's one-on-one, group, or the free community and the membership area, where it's a small investment, a minor investment, but you have access to community. You're not alone. And this is the call to action. Let go of the fear paradigm. Think about what your body is going through. Every day you invest in fear, and you buy the narratives of fear. I'm not saying they don't exist, because everything exists under the sun. But what paradigm, what paradox, what perspective do you choose to invest and vote every day into an existence? Because you are more than everything that you can ever even imagine. And the mind is being called to accountability. For thousands of years, we get to do this in this lifetime. What a gift. So for those of you that feel alone, abandoned, rejected, or maybe not enough, maybe you're not spiritual enough, and you go to these spiritual events and you go to these spiritual, experiences, and you will get this extreme high, but then when you leave, you don't know what to do. You feel like you're roller coasting. You feel like you're cycling. You feel like you're in this loop that you can't get out of. This is why this video has been channeled. This is not Michael speaking. This is the one speaking through a dissolved, surrendering vessel. That just like you see this graph right here, it's streaming through every single one of us from the one universal heart of I Am. Are you ready? This is just the beginning. And this isn't going anywhere. It's going to get louder, stronger, and more vibrationally rich. But the thing is, can we let go and let God? Can we surrender and align with the universe? Can we humble ourselves and experience the intelligence, the magic, the greatness of the source? That's the question. So return this message from where it always remains, in the heart of the one I Am Presence, God, Source, Universe. Michael simply serves as a vessel, an instrument, a channel of this that channels through all of us. That we are one, beloved. This is the Vibrillionaire richness of presence as the greatest universal wealth transfer, as one universal wealth of I Am Presence. Are you ready? You're being called. You're being summoned. Comment I Am, and let's go all in together. No matter where you are, the I Am will meet you there. And we serve as mirrors to meet you where you already are, and always remain here and now